Okay, welcome to meet me again with Teddy Suryandi. Uh, this time we will discuss related for hazard of communication hazard. Okay, let's get started. Okay, the hazcom standard. Uh, what's the hazcom standard? The Occupational Safety and Healthy Administration, or OSHA, developed the hazard communication standard to help protect employees uh, from the dangerous chemical, commonly known as hazcom or the right now. This law, this regulation give you the right now which the chemical are being used in your workplace, the possible dangers you could be to be exposed to, and who protect yourself and other when using hazardous chemical. So chemical that can be dangerous if we don't know the handling. Okay. Um, so what may make chemical hazardous? Hazardous chemical is any chemical which is classified as a physical hazard, health hazard, simply affect cyanine, combustible dust. Sorry. Okay. Physical hazard. What is physical hazard? Physical hazard is a chemical. Is a chemical is a can use a fire, uh, explosion, or some other violent reaction. Well, when they are in come in contact with air, water, or chemical is a GIS symbol for physical hazard, the fire. Okay. Next, the health hazard. Uh, Chemical hazard are harmful to people's health are called health hazard. Okay, by entering okay by entering the body on the three ways. We have inhaling, skin contact. I'm sorry, skin contact or ignition. The chemical can cause the short term acute health problem or long time chronic health problems. Okay. uh, Also consider a health hazard to be any chemical which toxic or is corrective to the skin or eyes, or sorry, is corrosive to the skin or eyes, is a respiration sensitizer, may cause cancer, birth defect, or reproductive issues. a text specification again is harmful or deadly when inhaled. Okay, so be dangerous. Um, given that hazardous chemical can be very dangerous, the hazcom standard uh, mandates that you employ to comply with the five regulation requirement to help keep yourself is safe. Okay. uh, Once create a hazardous chemical inventory, we can identity and create a inventory all hazardous chemical at the workplace uh, to ensure, yes, to ensure each chemical has a G uh, GHS style safety dataset uh, to ensure each chemical. Okay. Uh, Next, the ensure each chemical container is properly labeled with GIS style label or OSA approved with uh, workspace label. Yeah. For uh, create the we can start the create the and implemented an employee training program about this. And next, the develop the written hazard program. Develop it with develop a written hazcom program that describe you how the hazcom program will be implemented and how your company in your uh, how your company will comply the hazcom standard. Okay. Okay, sorry. Hazard communication being is a chemical manufacturing plant. Chemical classify and categories as chemical based on the hazard. From this information, the chemical GIS style safety dataset and label are created. Uh, the safety dataset and label must be fast along to each company and person who handles this chemical, from supplier uh, to transporter to final end user. Okay. Chemical classification categories are the chemical. Uh, we can start the chemical manufacturing plant. Chemical classification categories the chemical safety dataset and label are created, and safety dataset and label are present along to each company version how handle the chemical. Okay. Chemical inventory. Okay. When a chemical arrives in your workplace, The hazard information is passed along with the so it can be a date you company's chemical inventory. Okay. Also required the company keep a completely and up to date uh, up to date the inventory of all these hazard chemical both on site and off site. Okay. We save a safety dataset. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Yes. Okay. Uh, the safety dataset explain what you need to know to safety work with a chemical. To be completely with GIS, our safety dataset must be GIS specified 16 section format and include creating information in this section. Uh, the standard form the standard format helps to ensure have to ensure all have to ensure that all employees understand the chemical, its hazard, and the uh, fluctuation. The user must be text to. Okay, I can give the tips for this section. Here, uh, you may want the fast out symbol of a GIS style safety dataset for a chemical commonly used at your company, and go through each section to review the important information in each one. Okay. Okay. In label pictogram, the safety dataset is not only source of information. Each hazardous chemical must be labeled with the chemical name and other vital quickly reference information. Okay. Um, the label the label is immediately a warning to user before we read MSDS. Okay. The hazcom standard requires there to be six label element. Product identifier or ingredient disclose. Okay. Signal word or pictogram. Hazard statement. Okay. Frequentation statement and supplier in identification. Okay. Of the six element, four are harmonized in the GIS system based even and chemical hazard class and category. The signal words hazard as hazard statements, phytogram, and precautionary statement. Okay, the information on the label must be like back to safety and dataset chemical inventory. Okay. Uh, for fractal in file, we pass out sample of GIS style label for uh, chemical that is commonly used at your company, and go over each label element in detail. Okay, that help. Okay, discuss about pictogram. Okay, there are 9 pictogram. Uh, flammable or flammable upper. Sorry, sorry. This uh, flame upper cycle, flammable, explaining booms, skull and crossbone. That's acotoxic, corrosive, corrosive, gas cylinder. There's gas under pressure, health hazard, commonly uh, carcinogen, respiratory sensitifiers, and another for employ environment acute aquatic toxic or chronic aquatic toxic, and exclamation mark. Okay, okay. Pictogram are always a big symbol saw on the white background and surrounded by a red diamond spread border. Their image are used to depict the physical health or health or environmental hazards caused by a particular chemical. There are uh, made to be on immediate graphic warning. Okay, we can relabeling uh, in your employee your employer can choose to relabeling chemical is your workplace with an OSA appropriate label. Okay, relabeling uh, sorry relabeling may call then a large quantity of the chemical is broken down into smaller ones. Okay, uh, and then distribute to different areas in a company. Okay, if you find a container without label or the label is illegible, contact your supervisor immediately so that new label can be applied. Whatever you do, do not use a chemical from a unlabeled container or uncontainer with the unreadable uh, unre, un, unreadable label. Okay. 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 Training and information. The chemical inventories have safety dataset and labels are critical when it's come to okay, working safely with hazardous chemical. But that bring it together in the training and information your company is required to provide to you. The hazcom standard required that each person who works with hazardous chemical be trained. Uh, hazcom standard requirement place with the place where hazardous chemical are located in your workplace. Um, okay. Uh, localization, localization and availability of the chemical inventory, safety dataset and written hazcom program, and who who to read GIS style your company's user if applicable. Okay, sorry. Okay. Uh, the in-house labeling system your company use if applicable in addition. Okay, sorry. Uh, your employer must be provided with the specialized specialist sorry uh, specialized training for the specific chemical you use in your job, as well as symptoms of exposure and who to protect yourself from harm. Okay. Okay, we are written. I'm sorry. Okay. The fifth employer requirement is a written hazcom program. The purpose of the written hazcom program is to document in detail your employer's plans for communication for communicating the hazard involved with the using the chemicals in your workplace. Okay, you have the right to review then uh, the right and hazcom program wherever you want, so you can see what your employees is doing to keep you and your workers knowledgeable and safety. Staying safe. Here are some simple action you can take to stay safe when working with around chemical. Okay, remove all jelly to avoid skin reaction. Use a and face protection if the chemical can splash to your face. When you finish uh, handling a chemical, wash your hand thoroughly. Okay. Make sure safety gear is clean and properly stored. Okay. Here, here are some more simple action you can take stay safe when working with around chemical. Uh, now, now where the nearest I was station or emergency shower is located. Okay, dispose your hazardous chemical properly and never mix chemical waste unless you know that it is safe to be do so. Okay. Um, Now your company's policy for dealing with the spill and leaks. Now your employer want to you to the respond in an emergency situation. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Please add your comment in below here and subscribe for this channel. Thank you so much. I'm so thank you so much for this section.